and they have offered to give us assistance in the areas of training our teachers as well. My discussion with the UNF people, President Delaney of the University of North Florida, was to have the master's program revived at least for a short period of time in order to provide at least for another cohort to train teacher trainers who would then in turn work in our junior colleges and in the University of Belize to be better able to train our teachers once they get there. Okay. These again are just some of the things we've been working on, and while we have done a lot, there's still a lot of work left to do. Working together and with your support, we can take education to new heights. And I'll close, as I always close, by asking those of you who are our partners and those who are the stakeholders of education, and for us that means all of you. Education is everybody's business. It is up to each and every person in this country to ensure that the efforts that we are making in education to improve the quality, it is up to all of us to make sure that it is successful. So rather than tearing down, rather than bad-minding or bad-mouthing the initiatives, rather than worrying about what the future will hold if things are not the same as they used to be many, many years. As I've pointed out over and over again, 20 years ago when Said Musa was Prime Minister, he outlined the problems. 20 years later, same problems exist only because we spend more money and we have double the amount of students, double the amount of untrained teachers in the system. It is up to us to decide to take a stand, to stop sitting down, to stop talking. We wanted the political will, it's here. I have that will to make sure that these changes move forward. And I continue to work on my colleagues in the cabinet. I really want to speak on it. Well, I'm just joking. I wish to indeed as well acknowledge my two colleagues, two of the stalwart supporters of the initiatives of the Ministry of Education in the cabinet room, and indeed the Prime Minister himself, who continues to give us the kind of support that we need in order to make these changes. We need everybody's support to make these things happen. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, Honorable Patrick Faber, Minister of Education and Youth. Let's hear it again for our Education Minister. Even as I get ready to invite Dr. Gillett to the microphone to deliver the official closing remarks, please allow me to make one announcement, which is to ask members of the head table to please remain at the head table once we close for a brief moment. And also to take Director of Ceremonies license to personally thank Chairman Albert Leslie of Independence Village and Principal Clint Foreman for their excellent welcome to this southern village. Can we hear it for them? And for the wonderful teachers of Independence Primary and those in the Banana Belt, Miss Jenny and others. She's always at UB's campus for the grading of PSC and all that. And I also want to say a very big thanks to those who support our Dean always, our acting provost, who I understand was part of the team that helped to bring about the proposal, and Mrs. Cecilia Ramirez-Smith of the Teacher Education Development Unit, and the chair in the Faculty of Education and Arts, Mrs. Rose Pineda. Rose, can you please stand to be acknowledged? Thank you for your expertise in all the work we're doing in the faculty. Dr. Ella Jean Gillett of the Ministry of Education and Youth and a member of the Project Executive Group will deliver the closing remarks. Welcome. Members of the head table, just drag on and on and on. You see, the gestation period for this project was more than double that of the norm. In this case, the gestation period was more like that of an elephant. For an elephant, it's 22 months. For this project, it was more than 24 months. Understand where I'm coming from? I do not know if in the animal world
whether the length of the gestation period has anything to do with the chances of with the strength or the chances of survival of the animal. I would certainly like to make the assumption, however, that in the case of this project, that the impact will be long-lasting and far-reaching. That is, that it will produce a cadre of qualified, competent, and committed teachers who will help to improve the quality of education and thereby the general quality of life for the residents within the Banana Belt. Improving the quality of education is one of the major thrusts of the ministry, and qualified teachers is one of the major factors in the achievement of this outcome. It was with this in mind that the Ministry of Education and Youth therefore took the initiative to submit a proposal to the EU through a grant call for the teacher training in the Banana Belt. A bid that the University of Belize won to implement the project on the ministry's behalf. However, there is another component that works in tandem with qualified, and that is committed. I heard the Minister of Education allude to that. There has to be dedication. It's qualified and committed, dedicated teachers. And those are essential characteristics to the education system and the general objective of the project, which is to further assist in the improvement in the provision of appropriate education to workers and their families in the Banana Belt. More specifically, the project seeks to improve the quality of teaching and learning experiences in primary schools in the Banana Belt and Belize, increase the presence of positive male role models at the primary school level, Minister House, and provide a cadre of specialists in the teaching of reading, mathematics, and science. This teacher training project, which was designed specifically for teachers in the Banana Belt, was developed to address this dire need. Education Management Information Systems data for the school year 2010-2011 show that a large percentage of the teachers within the schools in the Banana Belt do not possess pedagogical training. To put it rather bluntly, of the 204 teachers in the schools in the Banana Belt, 158 are untrained, many of whom possessing only a high school certificate. The purpose of citing the grim statistics is to highlight the need for the training and drive home the message that every single 158 teachers should be seeking to register. Now, I'm sure that might be a challenge to you at this point in time, but it means that they should be knocking down the doors. I urge, therefore, that teachers grasp this opportunity to become qualified. I urge the various managements, the Belize Teachers Union, and all other social partners to impress upon teachers the need to qualify themselves, to take full advantage of the unique opportunity being made available to them. I encourage managers to support the teachers in this venture. Do we have managers present here today? By a show of hands, I see 3, 4. Raise them, don't be afraid. Raise them high. Thank you. Managers, I would like to urge you to support the teachers in this venture. One way in which you can support them is by not transferring them before they complete this program. I know it's going to be difficult, but that is an essential element to the success of this program. the teachers have got to stay within the area. So managers, again, we're appealing, please do not transfer the teachers. With your permission, Minister Faber, I would like to take this opportunity to inform that a similar project for the training of secondary school teachers within the Banana Belt will be launched very soon. As a matter of fact, members of the GFA Consulting Group, which is the company which will be implementing the training, will be arriving in country this coming Monday. This project is also being funded by the European Union, and so again, we wish to thank the European Union for their continued support. Having been intimately involved with this EU teacher training project from conception through the long gestational period and now its arrival, I have absolutely no apology in saying that I have a personal interest in seeing this project succeed. I also have the professional interest as one of the ministry's representative on the project implementation execution group to try to ensure that this project succeeds. My colleague Cecilia Ramirez Smith, could you rise, is the other ministry's representative on the project execution group. I would like to challenge the communities of the Banana Belt to adopt this project as your godchild. Don't be the sort of godparent, though, that you go to church and you promise to give all your support and take care of the child, and then after you leave the church, you never see the child again. I know I need not worry when it comes to Minister Hulse and Minister Martinez in that regard. I know that we have their full support in ensuring that this project succeeds. I urge all to do all that is possible so that this project can be a prototype for other teacher training projects within the country of Belize and the region. It has been said so many times, but I will repeat, as I said, for emphasis, that I wish to thank the EU for providing the funding for this project, all $1.2 million worth, which will help to improve the quality of life of families and their children within the Banana Belt, thereby contributing to the overall growth and economic development of the country. I also wish to thank UB, Dr. Wright, who's been there, not quite from the beginning, but almost. From the beginning of after the call was given out. I wish to thank UB, Madam President, for rising to the challenge as the institution implementing the training on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Youth. It is recognized that implementation of this project will be no walk in the park, but with the commitment and dedication of the UB administration and staff, the project execution group, and all other stakeholders, I feel confident that the percentage of trained teachers in Banana Belt, and by extension the Stall Creek District, will see a sharp spike within a few years. Minister Faber, thank you for your unwavering commitment to educational growth and development. Ministers Hulse and Martinez, you've always supported the various initiatives in education within the Banana Belt. And on behalf of all present here today, I wish to thank you for your timely words and continued support.